Hello guys, in this video we'll be talking about indentation in Python programming. Welcome to another lesson in the Python programming for beginners series. Just as we've already seen, indentation is an important aspect in Python programming. Python uses indentation to group codes into blocks so that it knows which specific block of code to be executed at a certain time. So indentation is an important aspect and therefore it needs to be discussed. To create indentation in Python or possibly in your IDE in whatever programming language you are dealing with, you either use the spacebar or use your tab on the keyboard to create your indentation. Just as you can see here in this for loop now, this if block is not in the same level as this for loop definition. So to create the indentation, you can either use tab. I'm using tab now, or you can use space. There's been a sort of argument about which one should be the standard. Should it be space or should it be tab? There's been a kind of argument in which of the two should be the standard in Python programming. But officially, if we go to the official documentation of Python in the PEP8 guideline, so Python officially advises for spaces to be used for the indentation. So you can see in this PEP8 style guide for Python code, at the code layout part of it, you can see they advise that use 4 spaces per indentation level. So, and if you go further, where they argue about tabs or spaces, so Python advised that use spaces. You can see spaces are preferred indentation method. Tabs should be used solely to remain consistent with code that is already indented with tabs. So they advise that you should use tabs only with codes that has already been indented with tabs, because Python does not allow to be mixing tabs and spaces. So assuming you have an existing code base that was written with tabs, so you should use tabs for that condition only. But in other cases, they advise that you use spaces, and you should use 4 spaces for your indentation, as you can see here. So to remain consistent, we have our IDE to our rescue. If you go to your IDE, currently we are using VS Code. So just to be safe, to be on the safer side, you do not have to worry about either you are using tab or spaces. VS Code create an escape route for you. If you go to your settings, click on this gear icon, go to settings, and you search for tab size. So VS Code has created a setting. Either you press your space bar in 4 times or you use the tab key. So you are going to arrive at the same condition. With these settings now, if you press your tab once, you are going to have 4 spaces. So in this setting, you have the number of spaces a tab is equal to. So with VS Code, whenever you press your tab, you have 4 spaces automatically created for you as your indentation. So you do not have to bother about either tab or spaces. If you press tab key, you have 4 spaces. And if you like, you can also use your space bar. So that's in this block of code now. I just press my tab key, so I have my indentation automatically. You can use tab, you can use space, but Python officially advised that you use 4 spaces for your indentation, but they also advise that you should use tab for already written code bases with tab. Okay, so that's that about indentation. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.